Hello, everyone, and welcome to LRG Podcast, where we cover everything live game related. So, welcome here tonight. We are joined for North Myrtle Beach Survivor, or in other terms, Survivor NMB. Isn't that right, Shaw?
It is. That is correct.
My name is Dustin. I'm kind of the host tonight, interviewing Shaw here. Shaw, you kind of run this whole thing. So tell us, what is this thing we're getting into?
Yeah, so basically the LRG, if you will, is the North Myrtle Beach Celebrity Survivor Challenge, and it is a fundraiser. So in 2020, I started the NMB Jr Survivor Kids Camp. It's a summer camp, 1 week long, and local kids in the Myrtle Beach area through 7 to 11 years old get to come out and compete in physical and mental challenges and boost their social skills. It was really designed originally during COVID. So we were the only camp in our area where these kids could get out and socialize with people they've been locked away from for months. So it is a social experiment really with these kids as well. And, we don't do the typical vote kids out. We vote for an MVP. That way we can include the voting and not the harshness. And, the whole thing's done in a religious Christian environment. So we put a cutthroat game with a religious spin on it. It's very interesting. So
Sounds like it's right up Shan's alley, actually.
yeah. I don't maybe. But so the actual LRG is a fundraiser. It's a weekend long competition. 12 local personalities, local celebrities, and 2 to 3, depending on the season, Survivor alumni compete and raise money for the kids camp. So that's basically what it is.
That is fantastic. I love all these games giving back to like a charity, like we do as well. We have some people watching here. John V giving us a thumbs up for that. So nice job. And then Snyder's with us. Hey, uh, welcome Snyder on that card. Look forward to the next one next season, of course, too. So thanks for tuning in, folks. And then, so Shaw, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved into producing and kind of running this whole game?
Yeah, so I started the business when I was 14 years old,
Wow.
and I, found Survivor um a few years back and really fell in love with it, and went back and I've seen each season multiple times. And eventually my goal is to be an elementary school teacher, so I really thought about how I can combine my two passions and do something really cool in the community. And the thought kind of came around during COVID. It was like, let's get these people out, these kids out of the house. And we were able to do a kids camp for 2 weeks in 2021. It was originally created in 2020. And so in 2021, we had the first 2 week long camp. First week was for 6 to 9 year olds. The second was 10 to 12. We had 48 kids in the span of 2 weeks, and it was awesome. This past year, we had 44 kids in 1 week, and it was very successful. It was a lot of hard work. And so we're going into the third year of the kids camp, and it's been interesting and amazing to see it grow. And we realized there was a need, and financially, it started. I was like, Mom, Dad, let me see your credit card," kind of thing.
Thanks,
And
Mom, Dad. We really appreciate it.
right.
So,
So after that, we realized there was a need, and so we thought about ways to get the community involved in this, because this was heavily, especially when I started it at a young age, it was heavily um, uh, 3 different news stations, actually 4 different news stations interviewed me. It was all over the news. It really brought the LRG community into light, at first with the kids camp and then into this celebrity challenge. And so I actually had somebody else and I kind of formed this idea for the fundraiser. And we basically were like, let's find a local place, because we live at the beach. There's little islands and different things nearby. Where can we do a survivor competition, and how can we raise the money? That was our biggest thing. And then this baby was created.
and raising the money is where it's at, too. So, if anybody wants to donate for the upcoming season, we'll drop a link below. And then here as the banner, we'll show you the website to go to. You have a bunch of contestants to vote for. and to raise money, and they get something out of this, don't they, Shaw?
Yeah, so we have, like I said, 12 local people and 3 people from the show. So on the website that Dustin just, put a graphic up for, you can go on there and find all of our 15 contestants. And so more than likely, you guys are in the Myrtle Beach area, so you have no idea who 12 of these people are. So if you go to our website, you can find cast interviews. So if you are interested in donating, watch some of the cast videos and send in money and on behalf of your favorite contestant or maybe one of the 3 familiar faces on the show.
Yeah,
And
let's talk about the contestants for a moment.
yeah,
So here, anybody watching on the video podcasting, I'm sorry you can't see it through the audio, but tune into our YouTube channel and follow there. But we have the website pulled up here, and it looks like you have season 2, and we can meet the contestants just a little bit, little feel for maybe an early favorite of mine. I don't know. So we have, if you want to go through them, Shaw, you know them better than I do.
yes. James Lapierre, he is our local middle school principal. Donnie Kettner, he owns a oceanfront or waterfront seafood restaurant.
Oh, if he
Um,
catches, does he catch the crabs himself too?
he actually does go out on the boat and fish some, so
Physical
that will
threat
be
right there,
yeah.
Donnie.
Quinn Jones is he is owns his own preschool locally, but he also is starting a clothing brand called Believe the Hype. A little bit of an entrepreneur. We live in Horry County, so Derek Jones is a local sheriff deputy who really enjoyed Survivor in general and our first season, so we cast him. Laura Pence is a local news anchor and producer. Nicole Sessoms is a real estate agent.
She kind of reminds me of the big brother Nicole. Maybe it's just the hair or something.
Right? Nicole.
Uh-huh.
So, I can see that. Victoria Knudsen, she is a professor at Coastal Carolina University who is a big Survivor fan and applied for this season. Angela Gore is one of our oldest contestants, and she is a assistant principal at one of our local schools. This is an interesting occupation. Leah being as a behavior analyst, which I think really will come in handy. She works mainly with kids, but if you can analyze people's behavior, I think that'll be interesting for our season. And she's a big Survivor fan. Her children went to our camp, so she's very familiar with the organization. So
Great.
she's someone to look out for. Um, Rachel Vaughn is the assistant principal to James up on the
Oh,
Capitol
I think there's a little
Hill.
bit of rivalry there.
Yeah. Daniel is a attorney and a real estate broker. And the last person of our regular contestants is Wayne White. He is a business owner and radio broadcaster.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
best of luck to all the contestants. And then, like Shaw said, you can click their faces and then it's going to bring you to their interview. And then you get to know them a little bit and find out who you're rooting for and who you can kind of donate for.
absolutely.
Now, Shaw, we have 3 celebrities that are coming out for this season because I snuck a peek at the celebrities already. So, Shaw,
Yeah.
you want to introduce who you got coming out this season?
Yeah, so for season 2, we have the legendary villain Johnny Fairplace coming out. Crystal Cox from Survivor Gabon, she got 6th place, the Olympian. And most recently, Mariah from season 42, she went so soon, but this is going to definitely be a second chance for her.
I hope so. Like, I was hoping for Mariah, like, actual, like, Survivor Second Chance. Like,
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan, so please, please rock this game, people. Um, I'm excited. Just when I scrolled down, like, Johnny and Crystal are great, but Mariah, I was like, yes,
Yeah,
so excited, Shaw.
for sure.
Okay, so I kind of snuck some pictures. We kind of talked about this earlier. So favorite for me, I'm gonna put my money on. Who did I say? We're gonna go Victoria. Victoria, you got this, okay, girl. Good luck, okay. All right. Anyway, so what did we talk about? They're raising money. How do you work like the donations for its like game relevance?
Yeah. So anybody can donate through Venmo, Cash, or check. And so how it works and benefits the contestants is um, we started in November with fundraising, and fundraising will last through April. And the first weekend in May will be the actual competition. So each month from November to April, those are the fundraising months. All of the contestants will fundraise, and the top fundraiser each month will receive an advantage in the game. So, for instance, November we played for the safety without power advantage, and the
Oh,
top fundraiser got that. December was the idol, and this month they are fundraising for the extra vote advantage. So, we don't hide anything out on the island. Currently, that might change, who knows.
oh, uh-oh.
um so this is their opportunity to get those advantages. I love old school Survivor, so if you were to watch our first season, we incorporate things like the intro in every episode, the auction, the rites of passage. And so kind of having nothing out there, everything's pre-game, is a little nod to the old school Survivor.
Mhm. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I unfortunately have not watched season 1 yet, but you've already put on season 1 and released that. How was that appeal for people, Shaw?
Yeah, so the original thought was the main thing is the actual competition and the funds being raised. I wasn't extremely worried about the video outcome, but it turned out way better than I thought. And
Congratulations.
thank you. So we had like 7 different camera angles, and it was a 2-day competition, and so it was very strenuous. So the edited product, especially episode 2 and then episode 4 onwards, are the best ones to watch. And so it was amazing to get a hold of. And originally, like I said, this was for Myrtle Beach area people to watch, people they know. And so when I came and sat down after to market it, it reached a lot of Survivor fans, not in our area, from around the country and the world. And so, like, the first episode has close to 6,000 views, and like that was completely unexpected. And so it really gathered a little bit of a fan base, and we're really excited to see where season 2 and beyond can go.
Mhm. Like Snyder says in the comments, the whole aspect of like getting different advantages and kind of the old school feel of it. It's definitely a blend of the two.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you talk about season 1. You had some contestants that had some really great stories come out of that, right? From participating.
Say that one more time. You glitched out.
You had some really great stories come out of season 1. Maybe from a player that didn't
Yes.
expect that they could do it.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is I recruit. So when we originally in the first season, there were no applications. People didn't know what they were getting into. So I recruited people of all ages, all occupations, and tried to make it as diverse as possible. And so um, as a fan of the show, I absolutely love and root for the over 40s. Like, I think it's inspiring for people over 40 to get off the couch, like Sari, as Jeff always says, and do something really awesome at an older age, even though 40 is not old, but that's typically higher than the average. And so it was important to me to have someone in their 50s, just as, that age diversity. And so our oldest contestant, she was 52, Cindy. She was a hairstylist, and she worked with me at the real estate office. And I got her involved. And even though I was very clear with all the information, she for whatever reason thought that she was volunteering at the kids camp. Like, she didn't even, she was raising money, but she was our highest fundraiser last year,
Oh,
and that was
congratulations, Cindy.
her
Nice
claim to
job.
fame. But I was like, how do you realize what you're like? How are you volunteering at the camp but fundraising? So I had to sit down months after. She literally didn't know what she was doing. And she was really nervous after she finally realized what she was doing. And so she was calling me daily, trying to get out of it, trying to find someone to take her place. The alligators are going to eat me, all this and that. And I was like, Cindy, you're going to be fine. Cindy was a very all about makeup and looking her best. And I'm like, this is outdoorsy, this is going to be a lot different for you. So give it a try. And Cindy did an amazing job, because she raised the most money, she came into the game with 3 different advantages.
Wow.
And so it was interesting to watch how she used them, her alliances. And, I would have liked to seen her. She went a good ways, but I would have loved to have seen her gone farther. And, at Final Tribal Council, sorry, I shouldn't say that, but she was a part of the Final Tribal Council on the jury. Spoiler. She was in tears, and she was in tears, after the competition was over, of how good an experience it was for her, and that she could show her kids something and really out of her comfort zone. And, with her aligning with the second youngest contestant and her being the oldest contestant, it was really entertaining. And I just loved watching her play. And there were a couple stories like that throughout the season. It was just like, this is really awesome.
Yeah, and that's what these games bring out in people or give to people, I guess. They take this feeling home with them and the accomplishments that they get from it. So it's super exciting to hear that your players got the same thing, even if they are just celebrities playing this game. So
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the appeals of the game is these people are not typical LRG players. These are people who I recruit in my community, not your server, your secretary. These are people and look up to in your community. And so most of these players aren't Survivor fans. So it was, I got into arguments with these contestants because they were mad at me for playing their advantage wrong. I'm like, no, you don't know what you're doing. So let's figure out a way to keep this going. And it sometimes the recruits of Survivor are either horrible or they're great. And for season 1, and I'm thinking season 2, it worked out great.
nice. Congratulations on both of those. Well, congratulations. What's coming up? Because Survivor season 2 for you is happening this year, right?
It is in May. It is approaching fast.
Now talking about gameplay, you say this is a 2-day event. Do they camp on the beach itself, or do they get to like relax a little bit at a hotel or something?
Absolutely not. So they get out there on like a Saturday morning at 7 a.m. and we throw them into their tribes, and it's game on all day. It's challenge tribal. There is no rest, and they're done at about 8 p.m. So it is literally 12 hours of nonstop energy exercise. Go, go, go. Basically, Saturday is set up as the pre-merge, Sunday's the merge phase. So they camp out Saturday night, those left in the game, and Sunday is the merge phase. And again, they're getting up at 7 a.m. Sunday morning, and they're playing till 6 in the evening. It
You
is
give them coffee though, right? They're celebrities, news anchors. They need that.
that was what they thought too, and no, they did not.
If you need any ideas for season 3, Snyder makes a comment here saying that it should be locals versus towners. So
Yeah, and that's something we've thought about, or I've thought about, I should say, especially with me starting to showcase this as a live reality game. The appeal to people is they can apply and be a part of it, and that's kind of the appeal and kind of not the appeal of mine. Their applications work out, but we cast these people as local celebrities. So I started to get some applications in North Carolina, and I'm like, that's not Myrtle Beach, but maybe. So that is on the table for sure.
maybe one of these days for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have looking forward to season 2? Can you tell us any little secrets, or not per se secrets, but anything that besides the cast, which we just found out about, which looks awesome?
Yeah, so we had 14 players in 2 tribes of 7 last year. This year we have 15 players, 3 tribes of 5. So it's going to be a little bit different of a setup and feel. We have new cameras, new editor, and a new location. So there is going to be lots of new and exciting things, a bunch of new and more Survivor-like challenges than ever before. And so I worked my butt off with finding some people who make these real deal Survivor challenges. And so it will definitely be interesting for our viewers to see all of the new and exciting things. Because who wants to see a stale game with the same things each season? Not me.
It could be interesting. I've always thought about like maybe if this Survivor season did the same thing right afterwards or something like that. They brought all the contestants back, same challenges. How would it go differently? I don't know. Just
Exactly.
a fan fiction of mine going out in
Yeah.
my head. So
And so with the 12 contestants, like I said, there's 5 on each tribe. And so there is 3 tribe captains, 1 tribe captain on each tribe. And the appeal to the Survivor alumni is they are safe from the first tribal council they attend. So if they only attend one pre-merge tribal council, they're guaranteed to make merge. And
oh,
that's the appeal of being a tribe captain. They act as a normal player, they compete, but that's their only difference is their experience and their safety from the first tribal they attend.
mhm. Speaking of Survivor contestants, I always like to ask this question because we're all Survivor fans here typically. Season 40, Winners at War. You have your favorite winners up on bat. Shaw, who do you think is your favorite out of those winners?
Out of the season 40 cast pool, Sandra competed on our first season, and I've always loved Sandra. I really liked seeing, the Ethan Zahns of the world, Danny Boatwright, some of the old school. I'm a Denise Stapley mega fan for whatever reason. I think probably because she's the oldest woman to ever compete. But really loving that old school side, and unfortunately they did go so soon. But it was just amazing to see some of those people back after 16 years or whatever.
Absolutely. I'm a fan as well. I've always been my favorite though overall, Sophie. Sophie, if you're out there, once again, I'm your favorite like super fan here. Even
Interesting.
though
Okay.
I don't watch a ton of Survivor, but I saw Sophie's season and I was like, yep, this is my winner pick forever. So
Awesome. Interesting.
mhm. I know a lot of people don't say that, but that's okay. Sophie, I got your back. So once again, anyone watching, here's the website again, and I'll try to drop it in the comments as we go along. But I don't know this, Shaw. So are you transparent in how much money you raise for the kids? I know you said you kind of give it to like for some kids that can't afford this summer camp. How much did you raise, or how did it go season 1?
Yes, so season 1 they raised $5,000 for the kids camp in the span of the month. And I think with season 1 being out and people really knowing what they're getting into, it's really boosted season two's funds. They have 6 months to fundraise, and last year they had 6 months. They raised 5,000. We've raised almost 9,000 in 2 months, and we still have four
Wow.
months to go. So
Oh my
it
goodness.
it is almost doubled. It's amazing to watch the growth. And there's a flyer I believe on our website, and it kind of lists some of the different things that the funds go to. Overall the location fees, insurance to keep the kids safe. We employ different Christian pastors and they call them like creative arts people who really blend survivor challenges and theater and Christianity into their own little thing. And we do offer scholarships to those kids who can't afford the camp tuition. And that's the biggest thing. And, registration opened up yesterday for the kids camp, and we've already been able to register almost 10 kids. And, we're offering 40 spots this year. We've awarded a scholarship. So, I mean, it's growing, and we've only started this fundraising since November for season 2. So it's just amazing.
Bravo, bravo. Nice job.
Keep it
Let's see here. Shaw. Now, of course, we're on live reality games. Besides watching Survivor, and I see your shirt there, HOH, so Big Brother fan, of course.
there we go.
Any live reality games out there that you watch? Any fans of like Survivor Michigan going on or anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm just now starting to get into watching these things. The biggest thing is I've been asked to help with Survival Challenge up in Illinois. So I've been in touch with John up there, and started really getting into watching some of the newer seasons. I'm not apt to really talk about my thoughts on them, but slowly but surely I'm getting into it. I've been just so focused on pushing my, I know that sounds horrible, but getting mine out there and meeting other people who can, because it's not a typical LRG. So I'm really learning the ins and outs of this, especially studying y'all's wiki page, which one of your mods have helped me do the past 3 days. So it's been very helpful.
That must be Steven. Steven, nice job. He is
Yes.
our expert on all the wiki stuff. So,
Yes.
which reminds me, Steven, I still have information to give to you. I know I'm overdue. Apologize. We'll get to that soon. Shot. Final thoughts. Last pitch. I know there's a lot of, like you said, a lot of games to check out. Why check out Survivor NMB?
Yes, I think the biggest thing is it goes to a great cause. All of the funds raised, and we really work hard to in our editing. It's very professionally done. I hire professional people to do it, and we get some big names. Like we had Sandra compete last season, Chris Underwood, winner of Edge of Extinction. This season we have Johnny Fairplay for Olympic athlete and run finalist Crystal Cox. We get big names, and it leads to a very interesting season. And I think the biggest thing is the cause it goes to. A lot of LRGs also do fundraisers to support various causes, but we do this fundraiser in our own organization, and it's all intertwined. And so I think it's just really worth the checkout. Just for entertainment value, and just keep in the back of your head you're supporting a great cause.
I know this reminds me. We have some celebrities in town that do Dancing with the Stars. Would you ever play a live game, Shaw? Are we going to see you in the future on one of these?
So there is, for the org community, there is an org called Conflict, and I have played in that org, and they're getting ready to host a live version of Conflict.
Ooh.
And I am either going to be a production member or a castaway. And so you might see me there in North Carolina in the summer. And there's one other one I've been asked to compete in. So you'll definitely see me sometime.
Well, I'm excited to see you play, Shaw. So good luck. And great luck with all the great work that you're doing for everything here at Survivor and NMB, and all the work with the junior summer Survivor camp as well. So great job.
Perfect. Thank you.
If anyone has any questions, please make sure you check out their website. There's contact information for Shaw on the page as well. Or just leave a comment here. We'll be checking it throughout the weeks coming forward, and we'll see you later. Bye now.